Good morning. It's Friday here in Melbourne, in Australia. If you know anything about Australia, you know I live in Melbourne. So the weather is crazy in Australia at the moment. They've got such heat in Queensland, which you know is up north to us. And look, I'm in a jumper. We're in jumper here in Melbourne, and we've got to have heating on. It's so cool. It's yeah, it's funny, you know, the way weather is in Australia. So, but you know, this is the thing you see. And just as an aside, when it's winter, Tourism Queensland starts showing ads here in Melbourne because a lot of people and a lot of older people in Melbourne, they travel up north when it's winter because it's cold and they want to get out of the cold. I don't mind the cold, and really I think a lot of the really good stuff in Melbourne, because as I said, we don't rely so much on beaches and that sort of culture. Melbourne is a very cultural, artistic city. Yes, we have football, and for a lot of people that is it. And just between you and me, I am a Geelong supporter. I love football, but I also love the arts, and there are so many arts things you can do in Melbourne. Even in Victoria, actually. Victoria, it's interesting because I've heard Victoria is like Massachusetts in America. I don't know what Massachusetts is like. To be honest, I don't know that much about America as a country. You know, we do see stuff, but I'm not going to get into any of that today. So that's just a bit about Melbourne and yeah, the weather. Because the thing is too, if you come to Melbourne and you meet someone, you want to know what to talk about the weather, because it's always changing. But anyway, so what I'm actually on here today to talk about, especially for all my new viewers of my website, thank you for looking. What's on's back. So on a Friday, I am listing, oh my glasses keep falling, sorry. I'm listing what's on in Melbourne, and there's a lot. There is a lot. I do it in sections, and the emphasis is on suburban arts. And of course, I think I've told you, you know, we have a new suburban art centre in Nunawading called The Round, which is good. And what happens is with those suburban ones, a lot of the shows, they'll start in Frankston and then they move to Dandenong, and then they'll go to Bunjil Place, which is in Narre Warren. And I notice now that a lot of the shows are then going over to The Round, which is, it's good because, as I said, the other thing with Melbourne is too, it's a big city. We've got about, I think, 3 million now. But area-wise, it's big. It's really big. So, for example, just to give you an idea of the size, there is a bus that leaves from Frankston and goes to the airport. It takes nearly 4 hours. I know someone that did that. They went on it, they took their lunch, went out to the airport for the day, and then came back to Frankston. And yeah, it's nearly 4 hours to get there by public transport. So it's a big city, and as I said, there's just so much stuff artistically happening in the suburbs. So you go on. What I do is, as I said, yes, they're in categories. Now, the one thing I can't find at the moment is like a country music club. So if anyone is watching and knows of anything in Melbourne where people can, because I've had a few people ask, where do I hear country music? I have to admit, I'm not a fan of country music, but I'm looking and I can't find anything. So I don't know where there is one. So as I said, if you know of somewhere, please drop me an email and let me know, and I will look into it and I will put it on the site. So as I said, there's sections, art centres, I've got jazz clubs, blues clubs, there's folk clubs, I can find folk clubs, the galleries, Now with the galleries, I've just put their websites, and this is how you use my What's On. You go in, you look, and if you see something you like, you think, oh, okay, I'll have a look at that. I give every website, and it's good because, for example, Paris Cat. Now, Paris Cat is a jazz club in the CBD. Not only do they show what's on, they say how many tickets are available, and that's good because if you're coming from an outer suburb, do you really want to schlep into the city to see a show that's already booked out? They even put things that are like selling fast, which is good. So as I said, with Paris Cat, I looked, because I did a lot of the research yesterday, which was Thursday. Some of them had like 9 seats, 15 seats, selling fast. So that's how you use it. And as I said, like with the galleries, I've just put the websites because they've got, like, for example, the Mornington Gallery where I saw the Archibald Prize, that's currently closed because they're setting up the summer exhibitions. I don't know when that will be open, but at the moment, if you go on the website, it says it's closed because of that. So, as I said, hopefully you find something you like. There's a lot to choose from. And next week, I'll be able to talk about the 2024 seasons. Because if you look at Frankston Arts Centre, they've actually, this week, they're launching their 2024 season. And what a lot of the suburban art centres do is you buy a ticket. I mean, I'm not going, but I know that it's on there. You buy a ticket, they tell you what's on. I think there's a few performers, you might hear a few songs, and yeah, so as I said, hopefully you find something. And welcome to all the new viewers. This is going to be coming out every Friday. The website's actually changing to 2 posts a week. So Monday is all about the shows that are being seen, the books, and I've got some really good books to talk about, and one with an author, an Australian author I'd never ever heard of. So, and then Friday is the What's On. So it's for the week ahead, and some of it looks really interesting. It really does. So hope you find something. Okay, bye.